Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome once again to the Front Row Fanatics. I'm the Gargoyle with my tag team partner, the most interesting man in the world.
Cheech!
That's right, baby. We're here going to do a review of PWF, Premier Wrestling Federation's inaugural debuting show that took place on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2011 at the Geneva County Farm Center in Geneva, Alabama. With that being said, I'm tagging in to the big man. Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
I am supporting our brother, lordsofpain.net. Check out their sites for the big shows and some small indies. Information on there, really good website. Check that out for sure. Like he said, it was the first show of this new promotion, Premier Wrestling Federation, which, in my opinion, they're going to be off to a good start if things keep going in the way that this first show did. They actually started out the first match of the night with the Battle Royal. It was, in my opinion, was a really good idea to get angles started for the evening. A lot of times, Battle Royals are at the end of the show or whatever, but this was a good way to start some feuds going with certain people, going on with the roster. Michael Steele actually ended up winning the Battle Royal with the help of blind ref Murray, of course, who didn't see some shenanigans going on and basically robbed Vordell Walker of the win, because he really did win that Battle Royal, but ref didn't see it, and Michael Steele had some good antics going to make it look like he was the winner, and so be it. He won it, and of course Vordell Walker was pissed off and challenged him for a match for the evening to go up for the heavyweight belt of Premier Wrestling.
Which I believe was that Battle Royal for the belt? Because didn't that make Steele the champion?
Yes, it was. That was it crowned the new champion, or the champion of the Premier Wrestling Federation. But like I said, in my opinion, that was a really good way to start the show, get the angles going off. Whoever decided to do that was a brilliant idea, in my opinion. So
absolutely good way to set up some various storylines going on. Plus it gets the crowd into it. A lot of guys going. You get to see a bunch of new faces right off the bat at the show. And once again, the devious Murray showed how adept he is at sneaking out and stealing my beer to get those beer goggles on, because that's the only way he could have missed Michael Steele's shenanigans, the way he robbed Vordell Walker of the victory and becoming the inaugural PWF heavyweight champion. But on the good side of it, since Vordell was the last guy in with Mr. Steele, he got the rematch later on in the show for a crack at that PWF heavyweight title. So, all in all, it worked out for Vordell, even though he was robbed of being put in the record books as the inaugural PWF champion, much to the chagrin of us. Michael Steele won, and, good way to start out the show.
Yeah, it worked for me. It was good. After that, the second match of the evening was Scarface Waylon Barley versus Street Bandit, which, this match was a pretty stomp and grind match. Scarface gave a good beat down to the Bandit. Bandit held his own, of course. He's not bad in the ring. Scarface did end up getting the pin on him, but these guys pretty much beat the hell out of each other from start to finish. Scarface being a really big dude, and Street Bandit is not that big, but the guy is really good in the ring, knows his way around the rope, so it was a good match all in all as well. So
Street Bandit being one of my mortal enemies, man. We've had a feud going on since his days in CSW many moons ago, and despite all the grief that I give him, like I said, I always give credit where credit is due, and Street Bandit is one tough customer and has got the goods to deliver a quality match in the ring, and he held his own against the man who outweighed him easily by 100 and a half pounds and 6 to 8 inches in height, man, so mad props to Street Bandit. And Scarface gets the win, in a very grueling physical contest. So I enjoyed it. To my knowledge, that was, I think, the first time I've seen those two match up. Now, I could be wrong, because I do like to indulge in some Heineken swilling during some shows. But, good match all in all. Second match on the card, getting the crowd going. And they had a pretty good crowd there for the inaugural show. So that was another plus for the PWF. First two matches, got the crowd into it, got the show off on a good start. So, as we were going along, a good time was being had by everybody. So,
yeah, and we actually, Front Row Fanatics in the front row, of course, we were accompanied by none other than BTY with us as well. So that was fun, having to spend some time with him. And heckling some of the guys out there, and it was a blast too. This show really did set the standard for, hopefully the rest of their running will be the same as well, and if not better, hopefully better. So I look forward to the next show. Not sure exactly when that is at this point, but of course we'll let everybody know. We'll get it up on the websites, and we'll all know for sure.
Last posting was it was originally scheduled for January, what is it, the 28th?
Yeah.
But they've rescheduled to February 25th was the last posting we saw. So the next Premier Wrestling Federation show will be Saturday, February 25th.
Cool.
Yes, it was great hanging out with BTY, Colby Godwin. I'm a huge mark for him, and I don't care what anybody says. Dig it. Me and BTY, Cheech, we had some fun. We drank some beer. We enjoyed a good quality show. Thumbs up. BTY, you are missed. Hope your health gets better to enable you to return to the ring.
Yeah.
Because you are sorely missed. If not, you're always welcome to hang out with us in the front row, swill some beer, and raise some hell.
That's right. Raise the roof at any promotion we go to. That brings us up to the third match of the evening, which was a tag match. Now, I'm not sure if there was belts on the line for this. I
Yes.
don't really know. Was there?
Yes.
Okay. It was the Southern Assassins, who I actually haven't seen them together. I know they go over different promotions on the Gulf Coast. I think I've seen one of them on a singles match somewhere, and I can't believe where it is. But it's the first time me seeing Southern Assassins, and they went up versus some young kids. Savage was one of the guys, and the other one that was his partner was a Wild Child, Joey Kidman, which these guys are some pretty good, fresh, young up-and-comers, and look like they'll be good for any promotion that they work with, whether it be a singles or tagging up together. But they did go up against Southern Assassins, who actually did get to win, and I remember them getting belts, which I'm assuming is the
PWF tag team
belt.
belts.
So, but this match was pretty good. Would have liked to have seen it go better, but not bad for tag team match, the first tag team match of the evening. So,
No, and Savage and Wild Child Joey Kidman, they wrestle primarily in Georgia, from what I've observed on various websites and stuff. For me, this match was a little sloppy.
yes.
Way sloppy. I mean, you got the two young guys against the established team of the Southern Assassins with the old crafty dandy Jack Kangaroo Man hanging out there in the back and all that.
Manager of champions.
Yeah, I'm not going to bash on him too bad. It was my first time seeing Kidman and Savage. So it's still a little bit sloppy for my taste. A few too many blown spots, but still entertaining. Good to see some faces that we haven't seen around here in the Gulf Coast. One thing I want to applaud PWF on is bringing in some new faces that we don't see every week at the various shows that we travel to. And this is in no way, shape, or form trying to bag on any of the other promotions. But, we love you guys. We've been supporting you for a while. But, you need to freshen up the rosters. Keep everything new. Keep the fans interested. Keep it intense.
Yes.
When you see the same guys over and over, I don't care. I love Ric Flair, but I don't want to watch him every week. At every show or whoever your favorite wrestler is. You need some variety, as they say. Variety is the spice of life. So, but
That's right, and the range of options that we actually have from out of our area coming in and wrestling for our Gulf Coast promotions is getting bigger. And some of these promoters and bookers, I wish that they would reach out to there and explore more of that and take advantage of what we have of these outside guys coming in. Now, Savage and Wild Child Joey Kidman, they are green, young guys coming out. But I don't think that, in my opinion, where you said there were some missed spots, I don't think it was all them either. I think it was on both sides of these guys. That
probably their first time wrestling together, and anytime you have a first encounter between a group of individuals, there's going to be some mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and we're not trying to bag on them or run them down for the first encounter. But that being said, our job is to honestly critique what we see. And for me, it was an enjoyable enough match, but sloppy.
Yep.
So I mean,
I agree 100%. And for this match, actually, Danny Jack didn't really pull too many shenanigans.
No, surprisingly, he was not involved that much as his usual. antics go when he's out there managing somebody, he's more involved in the match, but he kind of eased into the background there quietly and let his Southern Assassins.
Low and saved it for later.
Yeah, exactly. He let his tag team, the Southern Assassins, take care of business, and they emerged as the inaugural PWF Tag Team Champions.
That's right. So that brings up match number 4, which put up the epic Zane Stevens versus the real deal Jake Slater, which this match for me was one of the better matches of the evening that started out, working towards the main. Zane Stevens, in my opinion, I've seen him several times. He's getting better. The body, I mean, he's been in the gym. You can tell he's hitting the tanning bed. He's actually really starting to tone up, and you can see it in his match. And of course, Jake Slater's always good to watch. Great heel.
Greaseball.
He in a little bit kind of got, I guess you can say, got screwed a little bit in his match too. But he did have that elbow that was bothering him. He got hit pretty bad with the elbow. But this match was, like I said, really good way to start off these last few matches. And I can watch Jake Slater and Zane Stevens, several times in any promotion. These guys really know how to work it together. So just real happy with the way Zane Stevens has been working.
Absolutely, and Zane Stevens is a perfect example of somebody who's been around, because I've known and been watching Zane Stevens for quite a while now. And he's a perfect example of somebody who's gone through the ups and downs as an indie wrestler and finally making that conscious decision to get serious about the business. Yep. He suffered a serious arm and wrist injury in CSW many years ago and personal issues, and he kind of disappeared from the scene for a while. He came back and started wrestling, and in various promotions I'd watched him, and he wasn't sharp and he wasn't in shape, but he made that conscious decision to get serious, hit the gym, work out, get his physical condition and cardio where it needs to be, work other promotions and different talents, and improve his game all the way around. And he's stepping up his game, and he's a good example to a lot of young guys out there that are half-assing or whatever. If you want to be a professional wrestler and you want to get serious, Zane Stevens is a perfect example of a guy who's been around, been up, been down, and is working hard and getting better all the time. And, against a quality guy like Jake Slater, who's been around and travels all over, Georgia, the Carolinas, the state of Florida, and Alabama, that was a really good match. And I enjoyed it. And I definitely want to give kudos to Zane Smith for stepping it up in his game and leading by example. You hear a lot of guys talking this and that, but he's there in the gym every day, and it shows.
Yep,
sure does. Just like when Colby left and came back, you could see his physical conditioning had improved. He was much better. His skills were sharper, and it's the same with Zane. He is definitely out there working his ass off to improve and become a really solid and serious professional wrestler.
That's right. He did get the win over Jake Slater, although Jake Slater does feel like he was pretty much robbed and cheated. But the rematch coming up at the next show. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll go in a different direction. The next match of the evening brought up the champion, the PWF champion, now from the earlier Battle Royal, Premier Wrestling Federation's champion Michael Steele, went up against Vordell Walker, who I love watching. The guy is awesome in the ring. Why he is not in some of the big leagues, I don't know. And really, maybe he is. He's just not on WWE or TNA. Some of the shows he's on Saw Wrestling, and he does several promotions that are affiliated with NWA long ago.
NWA, Ring Warriors, and he travels. He is a professional wrestler. He travels all over the country and wrestles, makes his money wrestling. Solid, love Vordell Walker, good in the ring. If he's on the card, 9 times out of 10, you can rest assured that the rest of the show is going to be quality, because he doesn't make a habit to have himself booked on shit shows.
Yes, that's right.
And Michael Steele also has been around. He went to OVW a couple years ago, worked out there for a while, and came back, and he's solid. You can tell he too has been working out more, improving the physical appearance and conditioning and things to represent himself well as a professional wrestler and as the PWF heavyweight champion. So, I mean, it was a great, intense, solid match. And these guys beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, they took beating on the concrete and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
they went through it. So.
As they used to say in ECW, there's no little blue mats here around our ring. And they took several stiff, hard bumps out on that solid concrete floor in the Geneva County Farm Center. And I got to give hats off to both these guys for putting it out there, putting their bodies out there on the line to give the fans a high-quality match for the PWF heavyweight title, man. So thumbs up to both you guys.
Yeah, Michael Steele has really, I've only seen him a few times, but he really is getting out there and really doing it, hitting the gym hard, training hard, and really doing what he loves, or honing in on what he loves to do for the fans that love to watch it. It just really is showing. He did come away still the champion, got the win over Bordell Walker, which, Bordell Walker is still claiming that it was cheated.
Shady means and oh gosh.
Shoddy reffing. We got to fix that over here at Premier Wrestling Federation already. We've got some refs that are probably paid off.
And I got to make sure I get a padlock on my beer cooler to keep Murray out of there, man. I mean, that's two times in one night, man. You let Bordell get ripped off, and that doesn't sit well with the gargoyle on the front row Fanatics, man.
Heck no. And I'm looking forward to see this rematch coming too. I don't think it's actually going to be on the next show, on the next event that they have. I'm not 100%. Of course, we'll all know when the updates come out. But I know that this rematch is signed and it is going to happen. So we'll see what happens from there. Maybe we'll get a new ref, or we'll keep better track of our beer.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Maybe I'll have to bring Gargoyle Jr. and post him as the beer guard, man. He can thump
Stand
Murray.
post at the vehicle out there.
That's right.
But that brings us up, that was the semi-main, that brings us up to the main event of the evening, which put up the Hall of Famer Bullet Bob Armstrong versus Jimmy Golden, which I don't, he's another veteran, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer at this point.
No, he's a Southeastern Continental Championship legend. He's been all around the South, man, wrestled quality. He used to be one of my favorite heels in his younger days when they had the evil stud stable with the Fullers and Gorgeous Jimmy Golden feuding with the Armstrongs and stuff. He Bunkhouse Buck, he was also known as WCW, so the man's been around and his credentials speak for itself.
Yeah, and they started out with just, Bullet Bob versus Jimmy Golden, going one-on-one, and, Danny Jack, this is where he got in as the manager of champions, pulling some shenanigans where Bullet Bob had the better of Golden, and he sent in Mr. Fantasy from the back.
Yeah!
Gave him the okay to, all right, come on in, this is your cue to come in here and, help him out. So, he interfered with him, so they ended up, stopping the match. But Bob had something up his sleeve as well. He had his son Steve Armstrong come out there, so it pitted up a tag team match with Bullet Bob Armstrong, Steve Armstrong versus Jimmy Golden and Mr. Fantasy. Which, this was not a bad match. I would have, in my opinion, liked to have seen better as the main, but, they're a draw. It is what it is. And Mr. Fantasy, like I said, came out, went up against Steve Armstrong. And who got the win on this match? This was Bullet Bob Armstrong.
The Armstrongs did get the win.
It was barely a win because of all the shenanigans going on, but it was a win. Bullet Bob Armstrong, he's getting up in age, still a great guy, and I love to see him. But Jimmy Golden, in my opinion, just I don't know if he needs to be in the ring.
No, I don't know so much that he needs to be in the ring. Just his heart didn't appear to be in it.
Yeah.
It's like he was there going through the motions. I have seen him at other shows before where he put on a better performance.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I'm not going to dog the man because his credentials. Sure. Everybody has an off night, so I'm going to take it for what it was that particular night. Jimmy Golden wasn't on top of his game, and it showed. But, maybe next time around we'll see what happens.
Yeah, now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they set up a three-man tag.
Six-man tag.
Six-man tag, rather. Sorry, yeah. Bob, Steve, and I believe it was Brad
Armstrong.
And I'm not sure who's going to be teaming up with Fantasy and Jimmy Golden. But
Jimmy Golden did mention a reformation of the stud stable, so who knows? Could it be one of the Fuller brothers? Or,
wow.
that would be a treat for the fans of PWF there, because you're bringing in another legend from the Southeastern Continental days. But with that being said, I would think if I'm Jimmy Golden, I'm going to bring in a younger,
absolutely,
a younger experienced guy than say one of the Fullers, because you know the Fullers are legends. I got nothing but respect for them, but you know if it's me, I want some young stud on my side backing me up. You know, so.
You know, who knows? Maybe Fantasy will bring in somebody that he's familiar with working with. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but it actually ended up pretty good. It was a really good overall first show, inaugural show of Premier Wrestling Federation. Look forward to seeing another one. I don't know if they're going to keep running in Geneva, but we'll all find out. I'm pretty sure the next show will be in Geneva, but maybe they'll travel around a little bit, maybe other areas to to kind of spread out their quality show to other areas.
Right.
Hopefully we'll see. But with that being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and we're actually going to come up with another review of Ultimate Wrestling's last show, Resolution, at the Legion Post 33 in Pensacola. So
Are we going to do a match of the night and all that stuff also, or after we come back, or?
Yeah, we'll finish off after the break with match of the night for PWF, and then we'll go into Ultimate Wrestling. So we'll be right back.
Independent wrestling fans, I'm the Gargoyle of the Front Row Fanatics. I'm here with Vordell Walker, Dan Masters. We're talking about what went down tonight here for Premier Wrestling Federation in Geneva, Alabama. Mr. Masters, take it away.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Such a pleasure to be here in front of all you viewers. Vordell, we've traveled the roads for many years, and fans know about our relationship together. But what they don't know, if they weren't here in Geneva, Alabama, is what happened. Some have said screw jobs over years, but let's just say cheated, robbed of a victory, not once, but twice. First, opening the night, a huge battle royal. And what went down? Well, why don't you just explain with Michael?
Premier Wrestling Federation, this was my first time tonight in Geneva, Alabama. Battle royal to determine the lineup and set the bar for the rest of the evening. It came down to me and Michael Steele. I had Michael Steele thrown over the top. Totally won the battle royal. Referee had his attention distracted, but God knows what was going on. I get thrown over the top. Michael Steele's the guy left in the ring. Guess who won? But that left me and Michael Steele as the last two competitors in the ring, so therefore I got a shot at the Premier Wrestling Federation title regardless. What happened again? I had Michael Steele beat once again, but he decided to pull the ref in front of him. Gave me a low blow. Once again, 1, 2, 3. But see, Michael Steele, I learned a little something tonight. See, I didn't know what to expect when I came here to Premier Wrestling Federation, but now I do. Now, I may not be back in January, but I'll be back. And next time, I'll be prepared. And next time, I'll be a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser. And those tricks won't even be a problem this time. I'll be ready for you. You're looking at the next Premier Wrestling Federation champion.
Michael Steele and Vordell Walker, an unsettled score to take care of. Yeah, I can't believe it, but what's going to happen is there's going to be a rematch, and you'll get your opportunity. We'll find out when it happens. Keep your eye here. All the details are coming your way in moments.
Good evening, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans. I'm the Gargoyle from Front Row Fanatics, and I'm here with the Premier Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Michael Steele. He's got some things he wants to talk about after tonight's action. Mr. Steele, take it away.
Vordell Walker, you call me a cheat, you call me low life. Brother, it's only cheating if you get caught. So anytime, anywhere you want to come and get a piece of this belt, Michael Steele will be waiting, because that's right, I am the Premier Wrestling Federation. I'm the whole show. I'm the reason you all come see me. So if you got a problem with that, all I can say is bring it on and get you some.
Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, I'm the Gargoyle, Front Row Fanatics. I'm here with the one, the only, Jake Slater, who did battle tonight in Premier Wrestling Federation's inaugural show in Geneva, Alabama. He's got something on his mind, and he's got things to say. So, Jake, take it away.
Zane Stevens, let me tell you one thing right now. The way I see it, you took advantage of me, my debut over here for Premier Wrestling. You take advantage. I get hurt early on. I'm not 100%. You want to blindside me? You think you got a 1, 2, 3, a clear-cut victory over me? Well, pal, I've been up and down the road, and tonight was nothing more than a fluke. You know it, I know it. Everybody that was right here in Geneva, Alabama knows it. And I guarantee you one thing, Zane Stevens, I will be working out this shoulder. This shoulder will be ready. When we come back here on the 28th of January, you better have all those checks cashed. You better have your butt ready, son. Because the real deal, Jake Slater, is not just a moniker. The real deal is the truth when it comes to me, pal. You're going to find out why they call me the real deal, and you're going to be the one not standing. You'll be the one laying when it's all said and done, and my hand gets raised. I'll prove that tonight was nothing more than a fluke.
Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome once again. Front Row Fanatics, I'm the Gargoyle. I'm here with Zane Stevens, Premier Wrestling Federation. Awesome match tonight. He's got something on his mind, so Zane, you take it away.
Real deal, Jake Slater. I heard you say I took advantage of you. You had a hurt arm, you wasn't 100%. Looks like a cheap shot to me, son. So I tell you what, January 28th, lace up your boots, strap on your trunks, and let's go. 1, 2, 3 is what I'll get again.
Welcome back, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, once again to the Front Row Fanatics as we are continuing our review of PWF, Premier Wrestling Federation's debut show that took place December 31st, 2011 at the Geneva County Farm Center in Geneva, Alabama. Right now we're going to go ahead and do match of the night, runner-up, any other comments or whatever we feel like talking about. So take it away, Big Daddy.
All right, my match, runner-up match of the night for the Premier Wrestling Federation is going to be Zane Stevens versus Jake Slater. I can watch these guys all day. Zane Stevens is really getting better in the ring, and Jake Slater gets better every time I watch him. So I enjoyed that match. But my match of the night goes to Michael Steele, the Premier Wrestling Federation champion, and Vordell Walker, who's always a delight for me to watch in the ring, no matter who he's going up against, whether he's with a green guy or a veteran. He always makes the match work well. So that was a really good match for me. So.
Well, in this case, once again, I'll make that time-worn statement of great minds think alike. Dead spot on with both your picks. Runner-up with Zane Stevens and job. I can't see. Jake Slater. Don't have my glasses on. Can't wear with the mask. With my buddy Greaseball there, man.
That's right.
And with the main event, not the main event, the heavyweight title match between the champion Mike Steele and Vordell Walker gets my match of the night. Those guys laid it out on the line, taking those hard, stiff bumps out on the concrete floor out there. So, you know, there you go.
Yeah, that was definitely a good match. Like I said, I like Vordell Walker. Just about anybody he goes up against, he makes the match pop. Really good indie worker, and still don't know why he's not on one of the big leagues, but you know, maybe he'll get there one day. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's too talented to be sitting at home, and no talent pieces of shit being on TV on TNA and WWE. So, man, Vinnie Mac, sign Vordell Walker.
That's right. All right, so we're going to run into review Ultimate Wrestling's event held on the January 7th, 2012. Their first show for 2012, Resolution. First time you've been to Ultimate in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Me and Calvin had caught the show prior to that, but you haven't been in a while.
No.
So that was a lot of fun to be there. The first match of the evening put it up Shooter Corey Jackson, who is the Cruiserweight champion, versus Buddha Bushido, who actually hasn't been in Ultimate for quite some time, so it was his first show back, I guess debut you could say. Been out for a while, don't know why. But this match was pretty much a botch mania in my opinion. Nothing against either one of the guys, but I mean it is what it is. You know?
I hear you.
A lot of missed spots, a lot of missed spots that almost hurt people. So,
I hear you. Just a sloppy match.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, you know, Shooter Corey Jackson's been around, and we've seen him deliver some high quality matches with other opponents. Buddha Bushido's still young, still green, you know, still learning his way around the professional wrestling world, and you know, unfortunately, you know, like I said, we call it like it is. It was a sloppy match that ended up with Shooter Jackson hurting his neck, fortunately not seriously, and could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah,
He could have been seriously injured in this, but Buddha Bushido ended up getting the win and becoming the new Ultimate Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion,
Cruiserweight champion.
I hear you. Surprise, 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 Gomer Pyle, but after that botched move, Shooter Jackson was laid out in the ring there for quite a while. Fortunately, the Ultimate Wrestling staff had a paramedic on hand there at the show to check out Shooter, and fortunately it was just a stinger. Could have ended up a whole lot worse.
Absolutely.
And glad to see that Corey Jackson is okay and will be back. Buddha wins the belt, so there you have it.
That's it. Buddha Bushido, new Cruiserweight Ultimate Wrestling Champion. Who knows where this will go from here, but hopefully they've got something up their sleeve that will really make sense of this, because unfortunately, in my mind, it doesn't.
I hear you.
And, you never know.
And it just goes to show you the strange ways of thinking with some of these people. Now, you have the ghetto superstar Terry Allen Jones laying claim as, getting ready to be the first Triple Crown winner. Now you put Buddha Bushido in there. He is a former Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Now he's an Ultimate Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion. Who knows? If he gets a tag partner, he could be the first Triple Crown winner in Ultimate Wrestling. And my God,
sad but true.
I would not know what to say if that was the case. So, but there you have it. Buddha Bushido is your new Ultimate Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion.
Very interesting to say the least. And, I don't know if I'd say excited, but I'm curious to see where this goes, and maybe there's a reason for it. Who knows? We'll see. If we can make the next show, we'll see what happens from there. If he keeps the belt, drops the belt, who knows? We'll go from there and check it out. The second match of the evening pitted up Justin Stone versus Marcus Gibbs. Two veterans of the Gulf Coast Wrestling went up against each other. This was a good hard and pound match. These two guys can work well with each other. Good technical wrestling. Marcus did end up getting the win with a super kick. I'm not sure if he calls that anything special or if it's just a super kick, but he laid a super kick down on Justin Stone that I'm going to actually submit for Shot of the Week, and I think that one looked pretty sweet. So, but Marcus Gibbs did get away with the win, and matter of fact, they were going to do a dance-off. Party Brawl Justin Stone is known for dancing in the ring and having a good time, and they were going to do a dance-off. And he let Justin Stone go first, and Marcus said, the hell with it. I ain't even going to do it. Which, I imagine he's got some skills in the dancing.
No doubt, no doubt. When he was the Chocolate Boy Wonder, a little more, shall we say, on the happy side of things, he might have been engaged or participated in this dance-off, but, the Dirty Hustler now, he's not all about that funning and laughing and all that. And, to me, this was an intensely physical match, and these two guys got out there, and after their infamous Bourbon Street brawl there in Milton a couple years ago, these two guys are no strangers to each other, and they beat the crap out of each other. They had a little chop fest going on there.
Oh, yeah.
And,
chop.
And hey, say what you will, I'm not trying to be funny or racist or nothing, but, Stone was laying some chops that you can see marks on the chest of Marcus Gibbs. When you can leave marks on a black man's skin that a cracker like me can see, hey, they were laying the leather to each other, man. So, good match, entertaining, got the crowd into it after the first match, which to me was kind of a letdown. Got the show picking back up on the right foot there. So, thoroughly enjoyed both these guys, man. Look forward to seeing them in action again. Glad to see Marcus Gibbs back at Ultimate Wrestling, man,
Yep, took the words right out of my mouth. It's good to see him back on the roster. And I look forward to seeing big things out of Marcus Gibbs at Ultimate Wrestling, because he's, it's well deserved for him. He's always a pleasure to see in the ring. Anybody he goes up against, it's usually a good matchup. So look forward to seeing him and do some big things there. He did get away to win again, and that match number 3 pitted up Charles West, who I haven't seen before.
His debut.
Debut at Ultimate Wrestling. Charles West versus the Suicidal Soldier. Having not seen him before, the guy is good, knows his way around the ring, real good technical wrestler. Was good to see him there because Ultimate needs this kind of talent on their roster. And of course, going up against Suicidal Soldier. Suicidal Soldier could be, for most people, a hard one to keep up with because of the moves he does in the ring. But West did a good job keeping up with him. Unfortunately, he didn't get the win. Suicidal Soldier did get the pin But he did do a good job, good matchup. Looking forward to seeing some other matches with Charles West in the future at Ultimate Wrestling. Would like to see him go up against somebody like Omega.
Right. Somebody of more physical stature, per se, you know.
Or,
I think
what's his name? Precious, maybe, you know.
yeah, his Charles West had an impressive debut there at Ultimate Wrestling. The man has skills. Excuse me, little indigestion there. Look, alcohol-free gargoyle, that's what it is, man. Anyway, Charles West had an impressive debut at Ultimate Wrestling, even though he didn't get the win over Suicidal Soldier. I think it was more of the styles, different contrasting styles, where Suicidal Soldier's a high-flying guy. I think Charles West is more of a physical, ground and pound, mat technician type of guy who could have a better match with somebody whose style is different.
Yeah.
He didn't get the win. Suicidal Soldier got the victory for the camouflage entourage, as he was pointing out there. So entertaining match. Glad to see Charles West in Ultimate Wrestling. Looking forward to his next match. Good addition to the roster. Glad to see Ultimate bringing in some fresh faces too, because with all the turmoil that's gone on, with people coming and going and other promotions starting and stuff, Ultimate, who were once the kingpins of the Gulf Coast, went on a serious downward slide and are now working hard to climb the ladder back up there to claim their title, as they see it, as the premier wrestling promotion on the Gulf Coast. The addition of Charles West to the roster is a good step, in the right direction to helping Ultimate regain that title. But he didn't get the win. Suicidal Soldier, Tommy Hill gets to do good entertaining match.
That's right. Fan favorite, Suicidal Soldier, definitely get the win, 1, 2, 3 on that match. But like I said, I look forward to seeing Charles West here in the future, going up against somebody, let's say, Cameron Thomas, or even going up against Precious,
or Brian Cage,
Yeah.
somebody whose style is more suited to his.
Yeah, look forward to that in the future. Match number 4 of the evening, it was a 3-way dance, pitted up Cameron Thomas, said his name right today.
Yeah.
Versus Brian Cage, Store of the Year Brian Cage.
Ooh, yesterday's news, that's right.
Versus Black Wolf.
Ow!
Cameron Thomas came out basically, saying how, what's this crap with he was sick at the following show or the previous show, and Brian Cage had to step in and do the tables match for him, and he was basically hounding, saying who's Brian think he is, thinking that just that he stole the show or match of the night for his match, and that he was going to basically show him that who the better wrestler
He was
is.
tired of hearing Cage smack talking about him because he was ill and couldn't make the show. So,
but anyway, these guys went at it. They actually they beat the hell out of each other. All 3 of them did. Black Wolf is actually not a bad wrestler in the ring either with these guys, and they all messed real well. Would have liked to seen this match be more of a gimmick match, I guess you can say. Maybe throw in something in there, maybe some some weapons or something to that nature. But all in all, really wasn't a bad match. Black Wolf did walk away with the win. Now I don't think that this was a #1 contenders match, to my recollection, but this was still a good match that, in my opinion, if we would throw in a different gimmick in there, whether it be a weapons match or a ladder match or something to that effect, it would have been better off. But all 3 of these guys work well with each other.
I enjoyed the match, and for me, it seemed to be more of a Brian Cage versus Cameron Thomas battle.
Yeah.
And the Black Wolf, to his credit, was smart enough to lay low in the weeds out there, and he struck when the opportunity was right. And 1, 2, 3, he got the win, just like he ended the streak of the Story of the Year. 1, 2, 3. Once again, the Black Wolf gets over on Brian Cage, and I loved it.
He got the pin so quick. He snuck in there, got the pin so quick. He was basically out of the ring and walking in the back before either 2 of them could even look at each other and say, what the hell happened?
I hear you.
And I believe they got up and smacked each other and left it at that. And I think Brian jumped out of the ring and got the hell out of there. And well, as a matter of fact, I know Brian jumped out of the ring probably thinking, I better get out of here before this kid whips my ass.
That's right.
And then Cameron chased it after him in the back, and that was pretty much it. But
Cage don't want none of Cameron Thomas. Man, Cameron Thomas is going to whoop Brian Cage's ass.
we were hoping he would drag his ass back out and give him a beat down, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So that was the end of that match. Black Wolf did get the win on that. Brings us up to the next match, which is Precious versus Terry Allen Jones, Ghetto Superstar, for the Sterling Championship belt. This Precious is over the top. I can't say it enough. but the guy knows his way around the ring. Regardless of what you think of him, what you think of his gimmick, he's a hell of a worker, and he knows his way around the ring. And I love seeing him worked up. I don't know as if Terry Allen Jones kept up with him like he probably should have, but it still was a pretty good match for the evening. And he did, unfortunately, Terry Allen Jones kept the Sterling Championship belt and got the win. But I see big things for Precious in the future, whether it be at Ultimate or other promotions along the Gulf Coast. When people get a hold of him in other promotions and try to get him out and explore the area here in Gulf Coast, I think there's going to be big things happening for him. I really do, or her, whatever you want to call it.
Well, this was my first time seeing Precious live in action, up close and personal, and he came up close and personal and introduced himself to me, and I played along with it and all that. And let me tell you, Cheech, you're 100% dead right. Precious is very talented and definitely has the skills in the ring, and is a great addition to the Ultimate Wrestling roster. You know, unfortunately, he didn't get the win over the ghetto superstar Terry Allen Jones, but you know, he had been on previous shows in Mississippi and other areas before, and then the next night afterwards, he's the high-demand wrestler. Like I said, another great addition to the roster of Ultimate Wrestling. Well-skilled individual, you know, enjoyed the gimmick. The man definitely knows his way around the ring, as you said. I also believe he had posted that he's going to be on TNA Gut Check, you know, which is comparable to the WWE's, what the hell is that? Tough Enough or whatever.
Yeah,
Anything with WWE's bullshit. Not that TNA's any better, but I hate the WWE, man. It's that simple. But Precious is going to get a shot at the TNA Gut Check, and I wish him well and look forward to seeing him in action again. Definitely high-skilled, you know, got the ability to be head and shoulders above a lot of guys in this area. And Ultimate Wrestling, with the addition of Precious to the roster, Charles West to the roster, they're starting to show they're serious about bringing in and improving the quality of wrestlers on their roster as they are seeking their climb back to the top of the Gulf Coast independent wrestling scene.
Yep, that's right. I agree. But like I said, Terry Allen Jones did walk away still the Sterling champion. He did get the win. Look forward to see, you know, Terry Allen Jones is after that heavyweight title to be the, like Gargoyle said earlier, the triple threat champion or triple crown champion of Ultimate Wrestling.
Hey, we need to go get some drinks. This sobriety shit's killing us, man. I'm telling you.
So look forward to see how this goes and see where Terry Allen Jones brings his talent to a new level and see if he can accomplish his goals he has set out at Ultimate Wrestling. So, but that brings us to the main event match of the evening for Ultimate Wrestling at Legion Post 33. It pitted up Matt Harvard versus Omega for the heavyweight Ultimate Wrestling Championship belt. Matt Harvard, I've never seen him before. He's also I think he's been there before, but he is still fairly a newcomer to Ultimate Wrestling.
Right.
And going up against veteran Omega, who's had the heavyweight championship belt at Ultimate Wrestling for quite a few months, and you know, is a champion indeed. He knows his way around the ring. He's a really good veteran. He's trained a lot of these guys and working with them and teaching them the ropes of the belt. He did get the win over Matt Harvard, still the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. After Omega pinned Matt Harvard, Terry Allen Jones came out and gave Omega basically a ghetto beatdown with the help of Matt Harvard. And what it amounts to is Terry Allen Jones and Matt Harvard has basically joined forces to take the belt from Omega, and then if it works out for them, what their plan is and their goal, then they would battle each other out for this belt at a later date and go from there and see how that works out. Me personally, I'm not too impressed with Matt Harvard. Omega, I mean, it was still a good match. You know, Omega made the match and worked well, but Matt Harvard, I think, has got a little bit of a way to go. Maybe it's just me, maybe being too hard on him, but in my opinion, I think Omega should have probably went up against somebody with more of a caliber of talent that night. But
right.
You know.
Well, you know, Matt Harvard has the look. He's physically in good shape. He has gear. You know, he has the potential, and you know, as stated before, he's still, you know, I don't necessarily want to say green, but new to the beat. He's not a hardcore vet by any means, but still, to me, he's another good addition to the Ultimate roster. Guy that has the look, has the gear, has some ability to be a, quote, wrestler. You know, as Ultimate Wrestling once again is revamping their roster and revamping their promotion, and trying to ascend that mountain to become, you know, the top of the heap here in the Gulf Coast area. You know, and to me, you know, it's a good move. You know, you're bringing in some other guys. They're also going to be bringing in Supernatural Aaron Hart in the near future, which I think is a definite plus and another good addition to the roster. You know, Ultimate Wrestling has been through a lot of ups and downs and changes. You know, so, you know, with the turmoil comes good and bad. You have good matches, bad matches. You know, they had a pretty decent crowd there at Ultimate. Not as big as I've seen there before, but also better than has been recently. So I believe Ultimate Wrestling is firmly taking the right steps in a positive direction into improving their promotion and working hard to claim that title as premier promotion on the Gulf Coast. They still have a ways to go. You know, I really wish they could get Kurt Diamond back there ring announcing. That would be a plus, you know. Food's still good there at the Ultimate Cafe. You know, I'm looking at the whole package, the total package when I'm talking about this. You know, good food, you know, building, roster, ring, you know, the whole 9 yards. You know, there's been some discussion on the Wrestling 911 Gulf Coast Forum about 2012 and what promotions in the Gulf Coast area need to do to step their game up. So, you know, Ultimate appears to be taking that seriously and working hard to step their game up and bring it to another level. And, you know, I wish them success. I hadn't been there in quite a while for various reasons, you know. To me, the show had suffered quality with the turmoil going on between backstage things going on and all that, you know, and it just got to be to where I wasn't enjoying the show and it wasn't fun. So, you know, and that happens not just at Ultimate, to every promotion around this area. They have their ups and downs, and Ultimate looks to be serious in taking steps towards improving their promotion and heading in the right direction. So
I agree. And after the show, and I'm saying this because for a reason that the guys got together and got Omega a birthday cake and had a little birthday celebration for Omega. So it is a little bit late, but happy birthday to Omega.
Horns, my brother.
That's it. So they had a little bit of celebration, and but overall it was a pretty good show. We'll go over match of the night and runner-up real quick. And in my opinion, I'll go first. Runner-up for match of the night for me would be Precious versus Terry Allen Jones. The guy, like I said, I can't say enough. He's over the top, but man, he knows his way around a ring, and he's really fun to watch. And then match of the night for me, I'm going to have to go with the three-way dance with Cameron Thomas, Brian Cage, and the Black Wolf. I enjoyed that match as well.
For me, I'm going to go for my runner-up being Precious and T.A. Jones for the Sterling title. Good, entertaining match, even though Precious didn't get the win, but I'm going a different direction. For me, match of the night was Justin Stone and Marcus Gibbs. I enjoyed the physicality of the match. These two guys have a past history, you know, feuding and stuff back there in the background, so that's where I'm going for match of the night, me.
Yeah, that works. That was a good match, too. I enjoy seeing that. One of the things that's changing in Ultimate, which, you know, and a lot of people may not realize it being much of a change, but they normally, you know, not years ago, but months back, they ran twice a month, first Saturday and third Saturday. Well, they run in Milton on the third Saturday, and they stopped running in Milton, so in Pensacola at the American Legion Post, they were running once a month on the first Saturday of every month. But now, I think after...
It's in March.
Yeah, in March, they're going to start running the second Saturday of the month to where, you know, the first Saturday of the month, there's a lot of things going on in the neighborhood of Pensacola or in the city of Pensacola. So instead of competing with that, they're going to try and drop down to the second Saturday of the month, which I think will work for them. The only other thing, I just hope it doesn't interfere with other promotions. I'm not sure if any other promotions normally run on the second Saturday.
Yes, you have some promotions. New Heights. Particularly runs on the second Saturday of the month, which Scarface, you know, Wade Marley wrestles over there. So, you know, and some of the other people, we don't know how that's going to work out. Maybe some other promotions will change. But once again, Ultimate Wrestling is showing that they're not afraid to make changes to try and do what's going to be for the betterment of their promotion. So starting in March, Ultimate Wrestling will be running their shows on the second Saturday of every month at the, as I like to say, Ultimate Legion Post 33 there in Pensacola. You know, I want to give a shout out to Pizzazz Pizza, sponsor
right.
Ultimate Wrestling and everything, you know. Check out their food. I've tried it out. They've got some tasty grub, you know. So get out there.
Pizza, good calzone.
Yeah, if you're in the area of Pensacola, try some Pizzazz Pizza. Try some Pizzazz calzones and whatever they got there on the menu, you know. It's good food for a good price, you know. Hey, check them out.
That's it. You can't beat it. Good food for a good price. There's no other better solution when it comes to being hungry.
So, you know, overall, you know, I'll start right now. I'm going to take a step back. Overall, I believe Premier Wrestling Federation's debut show was a success. They had, I'm going to get a rough guesstimate, counted over 160 people there for their, you know, inaugural show, which is a good debut show there. You know, had some good quality wrestlers on the card, you know. I enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing the next show when I can make it back. You know that, you know, they've got some scheduling conflicts already working around and all that. And you know, as we said, we here at Front Row Fanatics try and support as many independent wrestling promotions as we can. So if we don't make it to the next show or whatever, please don't think that we're dissing you off. We're trying to support as many promotions as we can. So you know, I wish PWF lots of luck and success in the upcoming months as they try and establish their foothold in the Alabama area there. And much love to you. Thank you for having us, accommodating us, giving us access to your wrestlers to cut promos and stuff, some of which you'll see in this review. And Ultimate Wrestling, it was nice to be back once again. They always welcome me with open arms, as they have ever since I've started coming to Ultimate. I enjoyed myself there. Good to see that they're taking constructive criticism seriously and they're working to improve the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Ultimate is going to bring forth to the table in the future. And you know, I enjoyed it. Both promotions, thank you for making me feel welcome. We're going to travel a little bit more and try and spread the love around. We're going to hit Central Florida a little more, maybe into Georgia and Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. So we don't want our local Gulf Coast promotions to think that we're not, you know, going to be attending their shows anymore, but we want to travel a little more and expose the fans in, you know, to a wider variety of wrestling promotions. So
we don't want to offend anybody, but what we're trying to do is put quality over quantity in our own personal independent wrestling shows that we see and enjoy. So we want to put quality over quantity. I'd rather see, you know, 2 good quality shows a month than to see 4 or 5
half-ass or whatever you want to say. You know, we're calling it like it is. You know, hey, look, we are challenging the Gulf Coast in the year 2012 to step it up a notch, raise the bar, show the people around the state of Florida and the Gulf Coast that this area is not the drizzling shits. You know, this place has a reputation for sorry quality wrestling compared to other shows, you know, in other parts of the state or in Alabama or Mississippi or whatever. Now's the time to step it up. If you're serious, you know, time to step it up. Make sure all your guys got gear. You know, make sure you got your stuff. Promote your shows. You know, if you want to be in the wrestling business, you're going to have to get off your ass and promote. Take the time to put flyers out. Make good posters that you post online. We here at Front Row have, over the years, always offered to help cut promos, videos, whatever we can do within reason to help you promote your shows. We're ready, willing, and able. You know, we have lives just like you, and we understand that. And the independent wrestling business is not a get-rich place. But if you want to succeed, you have to work at it. And in 2012, we urge all the promotions in this area, step it up. Be serious. Get into it, man. Let's show people there is a lot of talent in this area that's not getting recognized because, for whatever reason, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing we got coming up here in I think it's April is SWA show in Crestview at the Armory in Crestview. That's a fantasy show. Look forward to that. Looks like that card's getting put together daily. Every day that they're adding new matches to the card. So look forward to that coming up soon. That is a show that's well promoted.
Absolutely. Well run. Yeah. You know, and that's a perfect example. And you know, we don't want to be throwing the negativity towards everybody, but it's, even though it's only once a year, it's a perfect example of a well put together, well promoted show. every year since SWA started running their show, and as we said, it's only once a year, they draw 300 plus every year with virtually the same talent that everybody else is using around here. Why is that? Promoters look at that. Take a minute to step back and think, why are they so successful? You know, SWA does radio spots. They promote on the internet. You know, they put flyers out. You know,
Sponsors.
They get sponsors. You know, and I don't want anybody to think we're just sitting here bashing on it, because it's easier for us as fans to sit here and criticize than it is for the promoters who have issues. But if you're going to be in the wrestling business, you need to treat it as a business and not as a hobby.
That's right.
You know, and if you're losing money, you might as well pack it up and go to the house. That's my personal opinion in it, because
That's right.
there's no sense in pissing your money away, you know, to be a backyard hobby or whatever. So Gulf Coast Promotions 2012, step it up a notch.
That's right, that's right, I agree. And we look forward to it. Hopefully some promotions do make some changes. We're willing to help, you know. It's not like we got pockets full of money or anything like that. But whatever you can use us for, the promos, the videos, whatever, you know, use the sites that we are affiliated with. Whatever you need, call on us. We don't charge for anything. We enjoy doing it. This is a hobby for us. We're wrestling fans to the core, and that's what we're here for, is to help you guys out. So definitely give us a call, touch base with us on Facebook, whatever it takes. Make it happen, because all your resources are there.
That's right. You got FrontRowFanatics.com, GulfCoastWrestling.com, LordsOfPain.net, Wrestling911.com. All these people are willing to work to help you promote your shows, man. You know, we are a resource that, you know, you can use. That doesn't cost you any money. It might cost you some time. It might cost you a little effort to rearrange your schedule to meet with us to film videos, or it might cost you some time to put together a flyer or a poster that you can send to us that we can put on these websites and cut videos for and stuff. But we're willing to help you. But if you want our help, you got to help yourself too.
That's right. And Snowman, Wrestling 911, he will make your flyer for no charge whatsoever. He loves it. He does it for fun. It looks professional. Utilize the resources you have without having to cost you any money. I mean, the flyers he does are A1, right on the money, and he, like I said, he doesn't charge you anything. You just notify him on Wrestling911.com or GulfCoastWrestling.com. He will make you a flyer, and you can take it from there and do what you want with it.
That's
Whether
right.
you print it or pass it around on your Facebooks or your Twitters or whatever else. I mean, just utilize it. Don't settle for a half-assed poster that you make on, you know, a regular paint program on your computer. Do something good. Give him what he needs. And make it happen.
Send the man the information. Send us some pictures. Give him some stuff. And as you can look on the sites, you've seen his work. He'll give you a really good poster that you can plaster across the place or print or whatever. That will help improve the image of your show.
That's right. That being said,
We'll see you in the front row.